This is my fight prediction for Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman. This is gonna be a very, very big fight. I think both of these guys are gonna go into this fight fighting like this is gonna be their last type of fight. I think they're both gonna be on edge. Even though Fundora's a young guy, he knows that this fight right here could make or break his career, and he doesn't want to be known as a guy who's on his way up in his career and he fell into the hands of Keith Thurman, like Mario Barrios did at one point. Sean Porter, a lot of guys did. Danny Garcia. It's not a lot of guys that got past Keith Thurman. He only has one loss, Manny Pacquiao. And some could say he went into that fight overlooking Manny Pacquiao due to age and everything else, performance since the Mayweather fight. A lot of different things. The Jeff Horn fight. Probably just went into the fight overlooking Manny Pacquiao. In a lot of people's eyes, they felt like that played a huge part. But with Keith Thurman, he has another chance to rewrite history by going in here at 154 and dethroning Sebastian Fundora. I think this is going to be a very good matchup. Keith Thurman is a very good boxer. Last couple of fights, he's shown that he still has those skills. His timing is probably not there at the level it should be, but his athleticism will play a huge part in this fight. As someone asked me recently about this fight, I told them that the thing that Keith Thurman has on his side is he can naturally go into the situation where Brian Mendoza was. Brian Mendoza was getting outboxed when he ended up stopping Fundora. Now, Keith Thurman can catch himself in the same situation, which is not something that I'm actually thinking about that's going to possibly happen. Just saying what could happen. Keith Thurman has a looping right hand like a Brian Mendoza with probably not as much power as Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza has freakish power when it comes to the right hand. So he's not going to have that kind of power, but I think Keith Thurman can land a shot on Fundora with him being shorter and that reach and being able to fight in the inside. I think he'll be able to land a similar shot to what he's landed on this picture right here with Mario Barrios. I think this shot right here would be a money shot against Fundora just because of the size, the reach. If he can use the same kind of strategy against Fundora that he used against Mario Barrios, it might work out for him. Haven't really looked into that too deep, but I just would say that with Keith Thurman, he uses athleticism and then a little flat-footed later on, sit on his punches, use a little more power. He'll give Fundora some problems. But the problem is Fundora is unbeatable right now. I think since he's gotten that belt, he is the hardest person to beat in boxing right now. Out of any weight class, I'm telling you. This dude is not trying to give up that belt. He has a sister who's undisputed. He's in a situation right now where he has a competitive battle going in and outside of the ring. And this dude's just untouchable. The way he's putting together his punches, he's relying on his jab a lot more. He's not trying to fight Mexican style on the inside and step to people, just straight body shots. He's mixing it up a lot more, upstairs and downstairs. And that's going to be a huge problem for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has never fought a guy like this. Not only is he tall, but Sebastian Fundora is getting the confidence now that he can go in there and battle with anybody. And Keith Thurman had a good breakdown as far as with Tim Tszyu and what he was doing in the ring wrong against Fundora. But do we feel like Keith Thurman can go in here and do the same thing? He's not going to go in there and lay down, I will say that. And it would be very hard for Sebastian Fundora to go in there and stop Keith Thurman. If he goes out there and stops Keith Thurman, Fundora's next level. I'm telling you that right now. He feels like he's going to go out there and stop Keith Thurman. Man, the way Fundora is boxing right now, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't overlook it. He definitely could be the first guy to stop Keith Thurman. He really can. Keith Thurman cannot be overlooked as well, man. Just that right hand he has, the body shots he's going to be going with. He's going to be ducking in a lot of punches. His agility, changing levels, decent jab. I wonder if he's going to be able to counter Fundora. He's gonna have a lot of chances too. I just want to see this, but with Fundora, I don't know, man. If I had to lean towards something, I would definitely say Sebastian Fundora with the decision. I think Keith Thurman gonna try to do as best as he can, but I think after a while, man, just the age and everything will catch up. But this guy is still dangerous. Do not sleep on Keith Thurman. I'm telling you, going to this fight, he knows what he's up against. And he's gonna do everything in his power to dethrone Fendor. He gets this win, he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.